Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new week's reading vlog. So this week I am going to be taking part in ROMCOMATHON, which is a readathon that's hosted by Michelle, Brianna and Aoife. I will leave all of their channels linked in the description if you would like to find out more. By the time this vlog goes live, the readathon will be over, but I think this is the third or fourth ROMCOMATHON that I've taken part in. I can't be bothered to count, but I've taken part in every round of ROMCOMATHON since it started, and this round is really fun because we are trying to graduate from Smut University. So there's different prompts that you need to fulfill, and all of the prompts are basically related to romance book tropes. I am going to be attempting to complete all of the prompts. I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but you can double up, so that's going to be handy. I have already started my first book. I thought I would try and get the hardest prompts out of the way first, and the reason they're hard is because they're not prompts or tropes that I usually gravitate towards. But I started reading The Roommate Risk by Talia Hibbert last night, and so far I'm really liking it. It's really cute. This I'm counting for friends to lovers, which isn't my favourite romance book trope, as I said. However, I really enjoyed Take a Hint Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert, and that's also friends to lovers. So if anyone's gonna get me to like a friends to lovers book, it's Talia Hibbert. And yeah, this is really cute so far. It's following a main character called Jasmine, and at the start of the book she needs somewhere to stay because there's plumbing issues with her flat and the ceiling above her room has caved in and everything's ruined and it's really stressful. So she calls her best friend Rahul to ask if she can stay with him for a while, and he agrees because he's a great friend, but he has had a crush on her since they met. I think they met around 7 years ago when they were in college, and this I think I can also count for second chance romance because something happened between them back then. Jasmine is a commitment phobe, so she doesn't do relationships, but Rahul is a sweetheart and he adores her, and it's just so sweet to read about. I'm having such a good time with this. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of explaining myself today. I've been in the office this morning, well, all day. See what I mean? I'm really struggling to get my words out, but I ran a 10k on Sunday, which you might have seen if you watched my last vlog, and then I had yesterday off work, and today I have just not been in a good place. So I am excited to settle down this evening and read some more of this book because it's adorable and I'm really liking it. Talia Hibbert knows how to write chemistry between characters, and I think that's why I love their books so much. Also, I got this recently on Kindle because it was free. I think there was like a limited time offer for 24 hours or like a few days where you could download this for free. So if I end up loving this, then that's going to be even better. Anyway, welcome to the vlog. I will hopefully catch up with you tomorrow with some more reading updates. I also need to start the group book at some point. So the group book this time around is Teach Me by Olivia Dade, and I have the audiobook saved on Scribd, so I'm going to be listening to it throughout the week, and I am excited for this because I really liked, spoiler alert, by Olivia Dade. I think I read it last year and it was one of my favourite romance books of last year, so hopefully this is going to be another 5 stars. But yeah, that's all I have to say in this intro. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy the vlog. Good afternoon. It is now Wednesday and I just sat down to film this update when there was a knock on the door and a parcel has arrived. I think this is a book that I pre-ordered a few weeks ago. So this is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid, which is a dark academia fantasy. Possibly, it might not be fantasy. It's about a main character called Effie who has always believed in fairy tales, and she has been haunted by visions of the Fairy King and found solace in this book. Then when the late author's family announces a contest to redesign his house, Effie feels certain that it is her destiny. So yeah, I think this is going to be about books. I mean, you can possibly tell that from the cover. There are books falling down from this house on top of this hill. I love this edition. I love the stenciled edges, and I was meant to receive a copy of this through Goldsboro, but I cancelled my subscription, so that's why I ordered the Waterstones edition, which I think I actually prefer. Might try and put this onto my October TBR. I need to film my October TBR soon because I'm taking part in Bookoplathon again, and I need to print out the board and film the rolls this week so I can film the rest of it this weekend, but you don't need to know that. I do have reading updates, so I read some more of The Roommate Risk last night. I am over 60% of the way through. I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish it this evening, and I'm still really liking this. I think if you want to read about a guy who is hopelessly in love with a woman, then pick up this book because the pining is perfection. This guy is obsessed with this girl. His entire internal monologue is him saying to himself, stop looking at her like that, stop thinking about her like that, and it's just so cute. I don't think I actually mentioned, but this is dual timeline as well. So we have the timeline in the present day, but then we also see them in the past, and we see how they became friends. When they met, Jasmine was upfront with Rahul about how she does not do relationships and she doesn't sleep with her friends. So he chose to be friends with her because he couldn't imagine not being in her life or having her in his life. And yeah, he's been in love with her for years, and now her walls are finally breaking down, and it's just a joy to read. I am melting. I am finding Jasmine a little bit frustrating. I think she needs to get her act together, but I'm hoping that we're going to see some character growth from her. It has been hinted at, and I mean, I'm guessing that's the direction that we're going in anyway. I don't know what the third act conflict is going to be in this, but I'm hoping I don't hate it. There's not really any plot to this book. It is literally focusing on the relationship, and it's not super unique or anything, but it's really well written, so I think that's why I'm enjoying it. And if I'm going to read a book like this, where there isn't much plot and where the focus is on the romance, then I want it to be like this, where you can feel that the author has put a lot of effort into building a connection between the two main characters. Even during the steamy scenes, you can feel that they're not just there for the sake of it. It's not just smut for the sake of smut. The steamy scenes are contributing to building the connection between the characters, and yeah, I am really enjoying this. I don't think it's going to be a 5 stars, but it's going to be a strong 4 stars unless things go downhill in the final third. So it's currently Thursday, I think. I keep getting confused what day it is, but I'm fairly confident it's now Thursday. I have just finished work and immediately filmed my rolls for my TBR because I want to film the second half this weekend if I have time, and I was gonna film another video, but I don't think I can be bothered. I'm quite warm actually. I think I'm gonna take this jumper off once I finish filming this clip, but I do have reading updates, so I thought I would update the vlog. I did end up finishing The Roommate Risk last night, and I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I thought this was a really well written friends to lovers romance. The only criticism that I had, which isn't really a criticism, but I did find it was a little bit, oh, what have I just dropped? I did find that I was a little bit bored at times because there wasn't really much plot, but yeah, I would recommend it if you're looking for a friends to lovers romance. Talia Hibbert continues to be one of my favourite romance authors, and I don't think I have anything else to say about it. I have now picked up another book and I wasn't sure what I wanted to read next. Honestly, you should have seen me last night. I was scrolling through my Kindle and I kept changing my mind. I knew that I wanted to read a book for the fake dating prompt, and I was going back and forth between the fourth book in the Twisted series, which I think is called Twisted Lies by Anna Huang, and then The Soulmate Equation by Christina, which is the one that I ended up picking up, only because it's about 100 pages shorter and I figured I would get through it a lot quicker. So I have now started this. I literally read the first 2 chapters last night, so I'm not that far in, but so far I'm liking it. I'm not disliking it. This is following a woman called Jess, who is a single mom. So I think she was 22 when she had her daughter, and her daughter's now around 6. She's been trying to get back into dating, but she hates dating and she's ready to give up and wait until her daughter is grown up. But her best friend, Fizzy, who's hilarious by the way, is not happy about this and is trying to convince her to keep going. Fizzy is my favourite character so far. I actually think that there's a companion book that follows Fizzy, and already I want to read it because I have laughed out loud so many times and it's all because of her. Jess and Fizzy meet this guy, River, in a coffee shop and they get to talking, and it turns out that this guy is a geneticist and he's working on this dating app which will match people based on DNA. Sounds a lot like the synopsis for The One by John Mars, except that is a very gruesome and graphic thriller, whereas this is a contemporary romance, and I like the direction that this is going in so far. I've only read the first 2 chapters, so head empty, not many thoughts, but I am enjoying the writing. I have read another book by Christina. I've actually read 2 of their books, Inner Holidays, which I wasn't that keen on, and The Unhoneymooners, which I think I gave 4 stars, so hopefully I continue to enjoy this. I have heard really good reviews. I think it's one of their more recent releases and I'm fairly sure I've only heard good things about it. So fingers crossed this ends up being a win. I am going to read some more of this tonight. I also still need to start Teach Me by Olivia Dade. I think the audiobook is around 7 hours long and I'll probably listen on 2 times speed. So it's not going to take me that long to read, but I need to get a move on if I'm going to finish it before the weekend. So I just went to make myself an iced latte and I realised we're out of milk. So it looks like I'm walking to Starbucks on my lunch break. Honestly, I'm not sad about it, because I haven't yet tried the new salted maple latte. I think it's salted caramel and maple, or salted maple. I don't know what it's called, but I'm gonna get one of those fancy drinks on my lunch break. And then obviously I'm working the rest of the afternoon. Then I don't have much planned this weekend. I want to do parkrun tomorrow, which I haven't done before, so I need to register. I really want to keep up with my running over the winter. It's going to be difficult because I hate running when it's cold. I hate running when it's sunny as well. I just don't love running, but I do. I love the feeling when I finish a run. It's just the motivation to actually get going and keep going. So that's tomorrow morning, and then I don't have anything else planned, so it's going to be another weekend of reading, hopefully. I drank most of it on the way home, but coffee has been acquired, and this was nice, but very sweet. So I don't know whether I would order it again, but glad I went for something different because I usually order the same thing from Starbucks. I do also have reading updates. So I'm now around halfway through The Soulmate Equation by Christina, and I'm really liking it so far. I really like the main character. It's told in single person POV, and she hasn't actually spent that much time with the love interest, but I think I'm getting to that point now where they're starting to go on dates and we're starting to see a little bit of chemistry. I don't think I actually explained properly what the actual plot for this is. So Jess basically gives her DNA to this dating app, and she ends up being matched with the last person she expected, and they get a 98% match, which is the highest that this app has seen. So the board members of this company ask them to spend time together and do some publicity because this app is about to officially launch, and obviously is good PR. So yeah, that's the main plot of the book, and I am really liking it so far. I really like the writing, and it's moving very quickly, so I am hoping to finish this tonight. And over the weekend I can dedicate some proper time to Teach Me by Olivia Dade, because I still haven't started it yet. I have just finished filming. Ooh, am I really zoomed in? No. I have just finished filming another video, so I thought I would pop in and update this vlog while I'm here. I ended up finishing The Soulmate Equation last night, and I really loved this. The further that I got into it, the more I liked it, and there was one moment where I swear I almost cried. If a romance book can do that to me, then you know I'm going to be giving it a minimum of 4 stars. I don't know whether to give this a 4 or a 4.5. I don't know, I feel like I need to stew on my rating a little bit more, but I loved the characters in this. I really like it when a romance book has well-developed characters outside of the main couple, so it had that going for it as well. But yeah, I really liked this. Maybe I should give it 5 stars. I don't know though, because I felt like the second half was stronger than the first half, but that is now done. So I have completed 2 more prompts for ROMCOMATHON. I've also started listening to the audiobook for Teach Me by Olivia Dade, and I'm halfway through already. I've been listening to the audiobook while doing my knitting, and it's fine so far. It's basically a romance between 2 teachers. I do like that both of the main characters are older, so I think she's 42 and he's 45, and he has a daughter who's 17 and is also a student at the school. But yeah, I think I'll just let you know my thoughts on that once I've finished it, because it's quite short. I think it's like 270 pages, so I should be able to finish it either today or tomorrow. I've only got like 2 hours left of the audiobook.
Run your fingers through my hair. Now I get a little scared, cause you know you're my type. I used to play it kinda cool, now I don't know what to do when you with the other guys. Ooh, it's only a matter of time. Ooh, before you and me collide.
Hello everyone, it is now Sunday, so it's the final day of the readathon, and I have started editing this vlog, and I realised I have not taken any b-roll or much b-roll this week. I went for a walk last night so I could listen to my audiobook, and I took a few clips while I was out, which I will have inserted into the vlog, but otherwise I went into town this morning and I meant to take some b-roll again while I was out, but I forgot. So I'm going to show you the one thing, well, the one main thing that I bought while I was in town today. I went into Next because I saw this advert on Facebook, I think it was, for these autumnal pyjamas. Almost said Christmas then, but I saw these Christmas pyjamas, not Christmas. I saw these Halloween pyjamas on the Next website, and I wanted to see see if they had them in stock in my local store, and they didn't. However, they did have these pyjamas, which I think are actually even cuter. So they are pumpkin spice pyjamas, and they've got little pumpkins and coffee on them. I just thought these were really cute, so I decided to get them. It's not even the right weather to be wearing long pyjamas at the moment. It's still boiling outside, but hopefully by the time Halloween comes around it will be cold enough to wear these, because I think these are so cute, and they only had the one set left in my size, so I saw that as a sign. In terms of reading updates, I have also now finished Teach Me by Olivia Dade. I think I'm going with like a 3 or a 3.5 stars. It was fine. I enjoyed my time listening to it, but I don't think it's gonna stick with me long term. It's the kind of book where in a few months I'm not gonna remember if I gave it 3 stars or 4 stars, so I'm going with a 3.5. I liked how likeable the main characters were. I think I explained what this is about, but basically we're following 2 teachers, Rose and Martin, and Martin has just started at the school where Rose works, and the management of the school have taken a bunch of classes off Rose and given them to Martin, so she should hate him, but it's not his fault that this has all happened, and he is such a lovely guy that she can't help but be friends with him, and then romance develops from that. There was some discussion around poverty and how growing up poor can affect you even as an adult, which I really appreciated. Also, both of the main characters are divorced and they've been through some kind of trauma in their past. So Martin had an abusive father, and there was some discussion around toxic masculinity as well, and I did really appreciate the way that the characters communicated, especially in the steamy scenes. I think there was only the one sex scene, but I thought that was really well done because the characters spoke about their wants and needs, and yeah, it was really nice to read. So while I don't think this is going to stick with me long term, I would recommend it if you're looking for a romance where there's low angst and low drama. So yeah, I would say that this reading vlog has been a success. I read 3 books and all of them were 3.5 stars or above, and I love it when that happens. So yeah, I am gonna wrap up the reading vlog here. Almost dropped my phone. There's still a few hours left of the readathon, but I don't think I'm gonna read anything more today, so I am gonna end the vlog here. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments if you were taking part in ROMCOMATHON and what you read. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and click subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me, but otherwise I will see you next time. Bye.